Hello everybody, in today's little video I'm gonna make some banana bread. And who doesn't love banana bread? I do. The portion might seem a little bit big, but I'm making for 3 banana bread. So if you wish to make less, you can scale down the recipe, you can half it or you can quarter it. But for this recipe I need 9 bananas, then I need some butter, I need some self-raising flour, I need some sugar, I need some baking soda, and then I need some eggs and my vanilla extract. Normally you would put some hazelnuts or walnuts or any kind of nuts in it, but this portion today I'm not gonna put nuts, I'm gonna put a little bit of chocolate instead, because I'm making it for one person that doesn't like nuts. So we're starting off with 330 gram of butter that is at room temperature, so it's a little bit soft. And then we're gonna add 570 gram of sugar. So let's scale that up. There we go. And then we're gonna cream this. I'm just gonna mix it a little bit with my hands because it makes it a lot easier. If you want, you can do this on your stand mixer, or you can do it on your food processor. But it's really important that your butter is at the room temperature, even to the soft side. Mine is a little bit cold still, so when everything is nice and creamy like this, then we're gonna start adding our eggs. And for this recipe I need 6 eggs, 1 by 1, and then we're gonna mix it into our sugar and butter, because we don't want to put all the eggs, and it's gonna be splitting when it's time for egg number 2. And let's pop in egg number 3. At some point it's easier to swap for a whisk. Egg number 4. Egg number 5. And just keep on whisking. And then the final and 6th egg. Now we're gonna add some vanilla extract. Gonna add 2 teaspoons. And then we're gonna add our baking soda. I'm using 3 teaspoons. And then I'm just gonna whisk that in as well. And for this recipe I'm using self-raising flour, and we need 720 gram. If you cannot get hold of self-raising flour, you can use normal flour, and then you can use baking powder. And you need 1 teaspoon of baking powder for every 150 gram of flour. But here I have self-raising flour. I'm gonna incorporate that into our butter and egg mixture. and try and not get it all over your kitchen. And at this point it's probably easier to use a spatula and kind of fold in that flour. And you may think that this is a little bit stiff, but remember one thing, we haven't added the star of the show, we haven't added the bananas, and that will make all the difference. So now that you have your base for your banana bread, we're gonna put that aside a little bit. Then we're gonna start preparing our bananas. And I have 9 really ripe bananas here. And it doesn't matter if they're brown, but the more ripe, the better. Because they have a lot more flavor when they're brown. Kind of just break them up a little bit as I go. And if you have some bananas that are starting to go off, it's really a good way to make use of the bananas instead of throwing them away. And that was our final banana. I have a potato masher like this one, and that is perfect for mashing bananas. You can just use a fork if you don't have one of these. So you just really want to get in there and squash those bananas. You really want to get in there and get them mashed properly. There we go. So now we're gonna take our batter and we're gonna dump that in with the bananas. And then we're just gonna incorporate the batter and the banana mixture. And when your batter starts to come together, it should look something like this. Nice and smooth with those bits of banana in there. And at this point, you can add your nuts, your walnuts or your chocolate or whatever you like. I'm gonna use a little bit of chocolate, and I'm gonna use 140 grams of dark chocolate, 140 grams of white chocolate. There we go. And finally, 1 pinch of salt. And as you can see, this portion is a huge portion. And now this dough is ready for our tins. So preheat your oven to 160 degrees Celsius. And then we're gonna prepare our tins. So I'm just gonna take a knob of butter and a little bit of paper. And then I'm gonna grease the tins to make sure that the banana bread don't stick. There we go. Now your tins are ready for the batter. So I kind of just line them up like that and pour the batter into the tins. I'm not exactly sure how many I'm gonna get from this recipe. As I said, I tripled the recipe and I only have 2 of the big tins. So I'm probably gonna make 2 big ones and 1 small one. You want to leave a little bit of room for it to rise. So we get 2 big ones and 1 small one. I'm just gonna spread it out a little bit. And now they are heading for the oven. And as I said, preheat your oven to 160 degrees. And they're gonna bake around 50 minutes to an hour, depending on your oven. If you feel like they're getting too dark, then after 25 minutes put a little bit of tin foil on top to prevent it from browning any further. So go ahead and pop these bad boys in the oven. And now let's wait for 50 minutes. So here's our banana bread, straight out of the oven. Don't they just look amazing? So to check if they're finished, take either a fork or a sharp knife or a toothpick and insert it and pull it out. And if it comes out clean, then your banana bread is ready. Now we just need to leave them to cool off a little bit before we can take them out of the tin and before we can slice it up. So now the banana bread has rested a little bit and we can take them out of the tin, and if you grease them properly they should come out clean. If not, you can run a knife down the side of the tin to release it, but they should come out pretty easy. There we go. And now we just want to let them cool down a little bit more before we start to slice it and to dig in. Let's try this banana bread. And they actually taste better if they're a little bit warm. Just want to let them cool down so you can slice it. And I don't think there's no better way to have some banana bread. It's a cup of coffee. So what else do you want? Let's try this. Dark chocolate, white chocolate, bananas. That is amazing. I would like to say thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and remember, every Tuesday 4 p.m. UK time, we are live cooking your favorite food. See you next time.